All right, what's going on, guys? Hope you all are having a good day. So we have a really easy camo grind tutorial in this video. Like, I found a ridiculously cracked strategy to get your camos in Vanguard zombies as quickly as possible because, honestly, in Anfang, this is not like a round-based map where you can really grind out camos and get the sheer amount of eliminations and critical kills very easily like you would in, for example, Cold War Zombies. This game is really not exactly cut out for it if you're just going to be progressing through the rounds and whatnot. If you don't want to be resetting a whole bunch of times and would like to get through your camos and have a very streamlined way to do so, then this video is for you. So today we're going to go over a couple different methods you can use to obtain your camos on all of your guns very, extremely quickly. And I hope you guys do find this video helpful and enjoyable. If you do, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Obviously, you don't have to, but it does help out the video a ton. If you are new to the channel and would like to subscribe as well, it would help out greatly. We are almost at 500,000 subscribers, which is insane. But with that out of the way, let's jump into it. Now, to even begin your camo grind, you first have to unlock the tiers that allow these camos to be obtained in the first place, and for this, you need a lot of weapon leveling. In my opinion, this is best done with other people, and while also having double weapon XP tokens on, if available, and just playing through and going through high rounds as much as possible, because you're going to smash through those tiers. You may not be able to get the proper amount of camo, like progress that you'll need on some of these really early ones, which we'll talk about, but it seems like progressing through the waves and getting zombie kills on those higher rounds are going to be probably what's best for you in terms of getting weapon XP just flat out. And again, if you do have those double weapon XP tokens, this will make obtaining these for your guns a lot easier. But let's say that your gun is leveled up properly and you can at least start the first few tiers of your camo grind. And what you may notice is that these weapon camos are significantly more grindy than even the Cold War Zombies camos. In theory, this would also be harder to obtain because of the non-traditional round-based map structure. These camos require you to get literally thousands of regular eliminations. You also need to get critical kills or otherwise headshots. You need to get kills while covenants are active, and you also need to get kills while the weapon is pack punched. But thankfully, the strategies that we're going to cover today cover all of those bases essentially, so you don't need to worry about playing through high rounds, because really, if you push through the high rounds where your gun is going to stop killing, in most cases it's going to cap out around like 10 to possibly 15, and then it's really not even worth using your weapon anymore. You're not going to be picking up a whole lot of just sheer eliminations, but we can fix that. So this first strategy involves you going a few rounds till you'll at least get your pack-a-punched weapon one time, and you need to do an objective that is not blitz. The problem is blitz is physically timed, so it's going to pull you out no matter what. There are some people that prefer just to literally stay in the spawn room because the zombies spawn infinitely, albeit very slowly, and you can grind camos that way, but it's not nearly as efficient as it could be. Now, we're going to go over two different methods, this being the first one. The Sin Eater strategy is probably the best one done on co-op. If you're playing with your friends and you're all grinding camos and stuff, and you already have like your weapons upgraded, this one works fairly well. You can put yourself in a position where you're only going to get zombies spawning from a few different angles, and because of the way the mechanics work in this game, the zombies aren't going to be terribly fast or even in large volumes for a really long time. And the reason this strategy works in particular on Sin Eater is because it is not timed. It will only progress as you go and complete the objective. Otherwise, there's literally no pressure, so the zombies aren't going to increase in health at all. They're not going to get stronger against you, and really the wave amounts as far as like what you're getting spawn wise is going to remain the same at all periods, which is really weird because you expect it to get harder at some point, but it just doesn't. If you're grinding camos, a few things you should know about the Sin Eater strategy. First of all, there are some maps and like locations that are better cut out for it than others. Honestly, Shinonuma is a really good one, especially for playing co-op, and this one also, I forget the open area with the windmill, but it's very open as well. The crucial thing is here, you need to position yourself and your teammates in a way where the zombies are only spawning from ideally one or two different locations, and in Sin Eater, you're not going to ever get it down where there's one spawn location, but there will be just a few. Now, this is probably the slower strat, but we're about to get into the absolutely cracked strategy for these camos, and this is best done on solo in my opinion, although I guess you could do it in co-op. It might get a little bit more messy, but I'll go ahead and show you that one as well. So for this crazily optimized strat to work, you need to get at least on somewhat of a lower round. It's better to do this, I would say, anywhere from like 2 to round 5. You just want to make sure you at least have a singular pack-punched weapon at the very least. So we'll talk about the perks and covenants that you're going to need to really optimize all of these camo acquiring strategies, but more on the setup itself. You need to get ideally Hotel Royal and the Transmit objective, because like the other one, the Sin Eater, this one is not capped at a time limit, so you will never be pulled out until the objective is complete. And you also want to get specifically like this path. I know there's a few other ones on here. If you can manage it, this path is absolutely crazy. If you you don't get this path, you can still do the strategy, although a little bit differently. You just need to set it up slightly adjusted. But if you're getting this path in particular, bring the location literally to the very end, just before it touches the objective, and leave it where it is. Get it to the point where it's just about to cross over, but it does not complete the objective. And if you're able to get that, then you've managed this perfectly. And now you can go and literally get all of these camos. Head up to the top right here in this middle platform that separates the two ends of the hotel, and stand like right in the middle next to this ammo box on the right. And what you're going to notice is, if set up properly and positioned properly, no zombies at all are going to spawn behind you, and you literally just can physically see all the spawn points of where zombies are coming out of. Now, there's a couple of really important things to talk about with this strategy, those being perks and covenants needed active if you're going to be grinding these camos. I am going to highly recommend that you bring in Deadshot, which is the yellow perk with the one with the teeth for people who aren't aware. Also, Speed Cola is really good here if you can manage it, although not necessary. And probably Quick Revive, because you don't want to get pushed back too much. Like I said, if you do this on an earlier round, then it shouldn't be like too heavy, and it's something manageable. But again, you can quite literally see them spawn in from where you are, and this is how you can get the majority of like the chunk of your total eliminations, pack-a-punch kills, and also critical kills and covenant kills all at the same time. The covenant you're going to want to run is either the deadly accurate one, or the covenant that allows you to deal more damage to the zombies while stationary. The great thing about this strat as well, if done on an early round, you'll never get any of the elite or special enemies. Like, the big guys don't spawn, so you quite literally just can farm these until your heart's content. Now, as far as like how long it will take you if you're just starting from like 1,000 total eliminations, to get the full camo range on most of these guns, like assault rifles for example, you need 5,000 eliminations, which is a pretty hefty ask, and you're going to be here probably for a while. So make sure that you have all of these objectives set up to where like you can get all of these camos at the exact same time. Doing these together is definitely ideal, but honestly, it's going to be pretty grindy to get like all of these guns gold, but this strategy will work for literally anything you need to rank up. Another important note, this strat is honestly not very good at all for just sheerly getting weapon rank. I did this for like an hour or so, and it did not give me a ton of weapon XP, although that can happen. You're best off turning on double XP tokens and just playing through the rounds as you progress, possibly with your friends if you want to be that much more optimized. But to get these sheer amount of really grindy kills, this is it as far as I'm concerned. Now, you can set this up on other maps, and there's other ways to do not necessarily this strategy, but on the transmit objective, and you can position yourself in a way where you can watch the zombies spawn and they will not come from behind you. Also, if you need to get kills while using a field upgrade, Ring of Fire is literally perfectly cut out for this particular strategy. I didn't even use it in this one because like I just didn't feel like I even needed it. It's really easy to manage, and of course there's a weapon box right next to you, so this is probably the most optimized way in the game currently to get these camos. Now, I do suspect this might either change later on. There possibly will be a faster way with addition to new game modes, or maybe even some kind of round-based map in which spawns are more consistent and they're also not completely unkillable like they do get in Vanguard's high rounds. But anyways, the biggest thing I can recommend is set yourself up in a position in which you're meeting all of the camo criteria at once before you do this transmit objective. And again, this is translatable to other maps. You can set this up on basically any board, but if you get this one in particular, I found this to be the fastest. I do expect there to be a quicker way to get camos because again, this is just like unbelievably grindy and probably shouldn't even work, to be honest, but it does right now, so definitely go and take advantage of it, you camo grinders. But anyways, I just thought you guys would be interested in this and I wanted to share it with you all. If you did enjoy the video, again, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Of course, you don't have to, but it would be awesome. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I do stream zombies over on Twitch, Vanguard zombies, Cold War, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to follow me, if you don't already, link to that's in the description. I would love to have you over there and hang out. It's a great place to be. But other than that, guys, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy. I'm gonna go, and peace out.